Hello, I'm Glenn W. Hunter, and this is the 3 C's of social emotional learning: community, collaboration, communication. And with me today, I have Shor, Denny, I have Robert Turner, Chynna Clark, and Rashad Spinks. And what we're going to be talking about today is the Community Wellness Transportation Program. Very important part of COVID testing, particularly in the Inland Empire, specifically in the Riverside area. So, man, with such an enormous undertaking and an important project, first of all, I want to welcome all of you.
Thank you.
Robert, what would you like to say to our audience just to let them know what you're doing and you're ready to share the benefits that you're presenting?
Okay. Thank you for having us, first of all. We certainly appreciate you and the efforts you're making to be able to make sure that we're able to get the message out. That's very important first. And then what I wanted to let you know was what we're doing is we're providing people a chance to be able to have a free test, a safe test, and be involved in a safe environment at the same time.
Ooh, that's a lot. Pretty cool.
Definitely needed. So Robert, with that in mind, what is the reason that most people decide to get tested?
Well, I think that the reason why most people decide to get tested is one, for their peace of mind. You got to be able to have a peace of mind and be able to have a clear conscience and say, okay, you know what, I've taken a step in order for my family to feel safe, in order for myself to feel safe, my loved ones around me, and then that time, you're kind of you're putting yourself in an opportune place where you feel a sense of security.
Oh, outstanding.
I don't know. I don't feel secure. I think, but this whole COVID thing, really, I just want to first say congratulations, and I'm really excited for you because you guys are so brave. I mean, to be out there on the front lines. For Rashad, for you as the driver of all of this, I mean, really, could you tell us? I wouldn't be the driver. I don't trust any system. So I'm glad that you guys are here because I want you to tell me and everyone else, why should I get on that van? So do you clean it? What do you do, Rashad? How is it that why should I get on the van with you?
Yeah, it's every morning. I clean and wipe down the seats. We have sanitizer, candy. Floors down, make sure it's clean. Check the tires, do an all-around check. Check the engine, check the oil, and so we have plexiglass set up in the van, in the bus. Wipe them down with Windex. Make sure everything's clean and sanitized and smelling good. And it's perfectly safe. I get people to their destinations safely and efficiently.
So there's plexiglass in the bus? What's that about?
Yes. That's for the protection. So people spitting, mouth spitting, everything. Gotta keep everything safe. It's all about safety and social distancing.
Social distancing, for sure.
So you social distance on the bus. I'm not going to be sitting up beside someone, and you have what is that?
Plexiglass.
I'm going to say plexiglass in front of me.
Yes.
So I should feel safe that no one's beside me, and I'm kind of in a little safe environment on the van. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody's spaced out.
Yeah, I mean, we only transport 5 to 6 people at a time. So making sure we're in compliance with our social distancing and making sure that we're safe. We don't want too many people in on the bus. I think normally the bus sits about 12 people or so, and then we want to make sure that we're creating that environment where it's safe. Most people, they're like, oh man, I don't want to get in. I'm scared. Oh my goodness. No. Now you can hop on that bus. You can feel secure about what we're doing. We're providing you a chance to be able to get tested and then be able to feel a sense of security at home.
Awesome.
So with that as an overarching theme, who do you ideally want to serve?
Where you at?
Yeah, I can answer that question. So I would say that our ideal the population we want to serve is mainly African Americans within over the age of 50. So people that are most at risk and African Americans have been disproportionately affected by COVID-19. For example, there was some data that suggested that people who had COVID-19 symptoms who were Black were not as referred to receive a COVID-19 test as those who were white. And I got that from Johns Hopkins medicine. And so it's very important that we're reaching out to people who are most at risk. And so everyone who would come onto the bus would need to be asymptomatic. And so we're reaching out to those people so they are being proactive about their health to make sure that they don't have COVID-19. And if they do test positive, we would make sure to take the proper preventative measures, as well as make sure that they would be getting the care and help that they would need through the process.
Okay.
So that means you have like a follow-up plan. I know there's a lot. If I'm going to go, if I get on the bus and I go and I get tested, that would be the question. If I am positive, so you're going to contact me or somebody's going to contact me and help me with whatever steps that is.
Yeah, so we make sure to provide materials once someone has been tested so that they know if they begin experiencing symptoms that they can go get retested, as well as we are partnered with Riverside University Health Systems. And so we are able to, or they have the resources that they would use to reach out to people and make sure that they are being properly taken care of and that contact tracers are reaching out and such.
Okay.
Awesome.
So, I mean, there's great follow-up and obviously great connectivity. All the same, you still got to get them on the bus. Fear has become a colleague of COVID in this environment. How do
Right.
some of your passengers manage their fear of testing as they're coming on?
Yeah, I think it's knowing that although a lot of people have valid fears about being tested. Maybe they don't want to know. Maybe it's more of like, I would prefer to stay inside and, not know the information. But I think it's knowing that getting the test is what is most important, what's going to help yourself, what's going to help the community to slow the spread of COVID-19. So I think it's like we educate the people that are coming to let them know that it's important, so that they know if they're an asymptomatic carrier. And I would say people manage their fears by realizing that it's something greater than just themselves, like getting a test. It's really going to benefit the community.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of, you get, the fear, I think, is the biggest thing that you have, your biggest challenge, right? Of people, the fear of not only getting the answer of yes or no, that I have it, but the fear of even being in the place where the testing is being done. I mean, so are there any messaging? Is there any messaging that you guys put out to help people? Or are there other messages? Like I heard that California or our Riverside County, that we might be going to the next phase in the COVID thing. So if that's the case, I'm wondering if everybody getting tested helps us get out of COVID quarantine faster. Do we open up if we get more testing? Do you know that answer?
Recently, Riverside County progressed in the state coronavirus reopening plan from the purple zone and entered the red zone. How does that progress impact the work that the Community Wellness Transportation Program does?
Yeah, so Riverside County did enter the red zone, which means that there are less restrictions, or there's a little bit less restrictions on businesses and more able to reopen now. So that's important because if we continue along with testing and showing that we are testing negative, then that allows for, like, in 2 weeks, if we stay in the red zone, then schools will be able to reopen at that point. So we are trying to help people get tested so that, ideally they would be testing negative, and we're showing that we as a county are slowing the spread, and that our residents are not being affected by the virus.
So you're saying, I just want to make sure I heard you, because I never thought of it that way. So what you're saying is that the more people that get tested that are negative, because the whole point is we're saying, why should I get tested? I'm negative, right? Why should I do it? So you're saying that I should do it because I'm negative to help reopen Riverside? Is that what are you serious? Well, I was like, wow. So, I mean, I cannot believe that it's that simple, that if we, like me, because I'm one of the ones that just says I'm not, I just don't want to get tested. So, and I know that I'm healthy. I haven't had any of those dang symptoms that they talked about. I'm not high risk. I don't go into areas without a mask. I'm one of the good ones. So why should I get tested? And you're telling me it's so that I can show my number, that I can be counted and be put on the side of let's reopen this place.
Right. So yeah, it's important, even if you aren't experiencing symptoms. For one, you could still be an asymptomatic carrier, so it's important to find that out so you can take those proper precautions to isolate if you are positive for the virus. But also, so it's finding out if you are an asymptomatic carrier, and if you do test negative, then that is going to show, because the state reopening plan is based off of the tests that are taken. So the more people that test negative is what's going to allow us to continue to move into less restrictive zones.
Glenn, that means that our numbers are skewed, because I always thought that if you were symptomatic, you got tested, and that would shut us down. In effect, if only the sick people got testing, then we'd never reopen. So, Glenn, you got to go get tested, man.
I mean, it really sounds like it's the greater good to broaden the testing as much as possible so that we are quantitatively in compliance. And again, getting closer to our normal economic activity, which is good for everyone. So there is a community need, not just for the service to be provided, but for it to actually be used. Would that be accurate, Chynna?
Yes, definitely. And I think it's all around positive that people are going to get tested. And that's the most important thing right now.
Go ahead.
Wow. As we're talking about the momentum that we're actually generating by doing the right thing, I think it's important for us to realize that fundamentally there are people who are making this effort successful. And Chynna, you're one of those people. So help us understand, how did you get involved in this particular activity, in this endeavor?
Yeah, I was looking for ways to help get involved in the community during this pandemic, because I think I am at ability to be able to volunteer my time. And so I was looking for ways to get involved. And when I saw that the Coalition for Black Health and Wellness had this program, I was really excited, because it is reaching out to the African American community, which has been so affected by the virus. And so, yeah, I was really excited to be a part of a pilot program that is really making this effort to help provide transportation to people in need. And so that people know about are educated about why they should be tested for COVID-19, as well as just help increase the number of African Americans getting tested.
Wow.
Great answer.
Definitely honorable. Definitely. So at the end of the day, you guys are doing great work. We want more people to participate in the service. Chynna, how does the community find you? How do they get a hold of you? How do they get to the Community Wellness Transportation Program so we can actually all benefit?
Yeah, so you can reach out to me personally. I am the administrative assistant, so I'm helping people sign up for the program, get them an appointment so that we can take them to the testing site. So I have an email address. It's Chynna, CHYNNA, at riversidecountybcc.org. And I also have a phone number, and that's 951-877-0179.
Okay. And Robert, we're wrapping up and just want to know, with the great work you're doing and the examples that Chynna helped us get clarity on, how do we get a hold of you?
Okay, so I am the program coordinator, and my email address is robert@Riverside County, B as in boy, C as in Charles, C as in Charles, .org. And you can email me. Also, my phone number is 951-877-0167. That's my phone number. I can be reached there. And we can try to help you all with scheduling appointments. And every step of the way, we will be right there able to assist.
I really just want to say, you guys are so busy. I want to thank you for giving us this time. We see you, Robert, you're running around, you've got a lot of things to do, people to take care of. And I want to thank you, Chynna, for just, being so young and seeing the need and coming in and filling that need. The Coalition for Black Health and Wellness is an organization that I and Glenn are proud to say that we're volunteering for. We help organize different things, and this is one of the programs that is part of that, right, Glenn? I think this is through the Riverside Community Health Foundation is helping support this. So this is a community and a county hand that's reaching out, right? Outreach that we're trying to do to the senior citizens in our area, right? Trying to, number one, protect us. What are we? One of the highest identified groups that are getting corona and it being a serious situation when we get it. And early testing and all of that is supposed to be the key. So I really am so thankful to have had you guys come on the show and to show what the community is doing. And you guys are with the Black Chamber of what is it, the Riverside? Can you tell me which one?
Yes, it's Riverside County, Black Chamber of Commerce, and the Coalition for Health and Wellness.
Awesome, awesome. Doing some great things out there.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
So once again, we have Shor Denny, we have Chynna Clark, and of course, Robert Turner. And just want to thank you for bringing such insight and attention to the incredible work you're doing, not just here in our community, but really impacting the benefits on a much broader statewide basis so that we can be back to one of the great vibrant communities and economies in the United States. And believe me, making a healthier environment is contributing incredibly to that. And here at the 3 C's of SEL, we thank you for that effort, and we thank you for joining us and sharing your expertise today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Once again, Shor, Denny, our subject matter expert. I'm Glenn W. Hunter, and always imparting we admonish you to be safe. Thank you.